for my back porch for the Discovery Center Stay at Home Art Series. This is funded by the Tennessee Arts Commission Arts Builds Communities grant. I hope that you will join me as I share some ideas for making art with recycled materials. We'll be building a dream house and other fun things. Stay happy and healthy. See you soon. Hi, this is Abby, and I'm back with you guys with the Discovery at Home series. This is part 4 of building your dream house with recyclable materials. The last time we were together, we talked about being an interior designer, and I wanted to show you that I did finish putting up my wallpaper, my floor coverings, putting my turrets. I attached them with glue to the sides, and I finished my roof tiles, and these were just pieces of cardboard that I cut. So when we start working on the interior of our house, we have to decide whatever room will be used for. I decided the top floor would be my attic, maybe for hanging out. I'd have one bedroom, a library, a kitchen, and a dining room. So then I had to think about how I would furnish these rooms. I took some inspiration by looking at the Thorn miniature rooms that are at the Art Institute of Chicago. There are 68 miniature rooms there that depict different times in history and different geographic locations. Mrs. Thorn conceived of the idea. She thought up the whole thing, and she hired expert craftspeople to design all the furniture and all the furnishings and the wall coverings. It's absolutely beautiful. If you get a chance, you can look at the Art Institute's webpage and visit the Thorn rooms from your home. I'll put a link to that at explorethedc.org as part of my lesson plan. So, right from the very top, I'll show you, I thought for my attic that I would make a fireplace. This was easy. I just took a cardboard box, cut off the bottom, and cut the space for the interior of my fireplace. If you have a battery-operated tea light, that would be perfect to put inside here. Now you could glue stones to the outside or just draw or paint a brick pattern on here. It's up to you. All of our houses are going to look different because we have different ideas. I also wanted to put a bookshelf in my attic. And to make my bookshelf, I just cut 2 pieces of cardboard off the bottom of a cookie box. I'm going to put these together like this to be the back and 2 sides. Now I can glue it together using either hot glue or regular glue. Remember, use what you have. Okay, so here for the back and 2 sides. Now I just need a bottom and a top. If it's hard for you to hold it together with glue, you can absolutely use tape. That would work as well. Just like this. And this masking tape is fine because you can use markers to color right over it or paint. Let me get the top on here. Okay, so you see I've got the bookcase almost formed. I've just attached this last piece. Another thing I want to show you about the bookcase is a shelf. When we talked about constructing before, we talked about that you could also have tabs. If I have a piece of cardboard for the shelf and I put a tab on each end, it's going to make it a lot easier for me to glue this shelf into my bookcase. So I'll just put it in here just like this. Now my bookcase is ready to paint or to color. What's a bookcase though without books? I've made some little miniature books, and these are just out of magazine pages. So you can just cut strips of paper and fold them and then glue them shut to look like little miniature books. So that's another tiny bookshelf that I had. Moving down to the next floor, I'll show you how I made a bed. This was just part of a butter box. So any small box that you have, get my scissors, I can use this part of the box to be the side rail of the bed. The top would be the platform and the other side rail. So I can just cut the flaps off my box, just like this. And I'm just going to cut off this bottom part of the box. And now I'm cutting around. So I've got 3 sides of the cardboard box. This makes a perfect bed, just like this. Now, if you want to, I added, this is called the headboard and the footboard. And this was just by gluing on pieces of cardboard. If you'd like to make bedding for your bed, some people might know how to sew, some don't. I will cover sewing in another lesson, but today I want to show you, you can even do the bedding just by gluing. I took a piece of fabric and I just folded it into thirds. I put some glue along this line, folded up the bottom, and glued that. So you see here I've got 3 sides glued and I've left an opening at the top. I have some cotton. If you have any cotton balls or tissue, whatever you have around your house, you can stuff the inside of your pouch that you just made. Make some fluffy bedding here. Okay, and then I'm just gonna glue this side shut. Perfect. Okay, great. So I've got my bed done now. I decided I wanted to have a plant in my room. If you have any air dry clay or Play-Doh, you can use that to make a vase or maybe a cap from a marker. But the plant is actually pasta that I painted and glued together, and I glued it inside my little vase. So that's my plant. In my library here, I made a couch, and the couch was made from the bottom of a cardboard box also. So like if you have, here's a macaroni and cheese box right here. I just cut off this back panel. Now I can cut across these 3 sides. And just like that, this one's a little bit tall. Let me make it a little bit shorter. I can even cut down these sides, which you would consider the arms of the couch. So I'm just going to trim that a little bit. Perfect. There's a couch. I even put feet on my couch. This is just 4 beads that I had that I just glued right on there. You can make your cushions for the couch the same way we did for the bed. So this is the fabric that I can use. If you don't have scraps of fabric, maybe you have an old t-shirt that you could use, that would be perfect. And I had my small library, my bookshelf up here for my library. Now a couple other elements on the first floor. You'll see I have a table. This one was just made with a bottle cap, a cork, and a lid from a can of orange juice, and I used Mod Podge and glued a picture on here. You don't have to have a jar lid. You could certainly cut a circle out of cardboard or any other items you might have, and I used some of that air dry clay to make a few small plates. The chair for my table, this was super easy. Can you guess what this is? This is from an egg carton. I just used my scissors and I cut one of these segments out of the egg carton. Once I got that cut, I just trimmed it up so I have a back to my chair and the seat to my chair. This could be painted or colored as well. Now I did glue some beads on the bottom so it had feet so it could stand up nicely. The last room that I have in my house is my actual kitchen. Here I have made a refrigerator. This is the same way that I did the bookshelf, but I turned it so that you could see the front of the refrigerator. My refrigerator doors are just made with little pieces of wood that I had. These were just some things I found in my house. Again, if you don't have anything like this, you could certainly cut pieces of cardboard. And the handles, I just glued on pieces of toothpick. So this is ready to be painted or colored. And the last element that I have in my kitchen right now is my sink. My sink was just, again, small pieces of the cardboard box. I used a bottle cap for the sink. I used a couple beads for the hot and the cold water, and a piece of pasta, again, is my faucet. So that was my sink. Now there's certainly so many other things that you could do for inside your house. You could think about making windows. You could actually cut the cardboard to make the windows, or you could just make a window by drawing a picture and maybe even cutting out a scene from a magazine to be what you see on the outside. You could also think about creating artwork that you might want to hang in miniature on your walls. The sky's the limit. Anything you can think of, use your imagination. We would love to see what you come up with. So if you get a chance, please share pictures on the Discovery Center's Facebook page, which is the Discovery Center at Murphy Spring. I hope you enjoyed making your dream house. Join me next time for some other crafts that you can do at home. Stay happy and healthy.